morning, everyone, from the beautiful Phobjika Valley. Just look at that view from my bed. Absolutely magical, isn't it? If you have been following my vlog, you did know that we arrived here last evening when it was really dark, so I had no idea what a stunning view we did be waking up to. It's about 6:30 a.m. now, and the sun is gently pouring in, and the valley is glowing in this soft golden light. I tried opening the window, but it was too cold outside, and it's 4 degrees right now. Can you believe it? So we are finally getting a taste of how cold it can get as you travel deeper into Bhutan, and to think this is just November. Oh, and I know I skipped the room tour last night because the last vlog was getting too long. So let me show you around now how this guest house or farmhouse room is. Because when you are traveling in Bhutan, you should be aware of the difference between a hotel and a farm stay or a guest house. The Yue Loki Guest House features 9 rooms currently, each equipped with traditional heating stoves and attached bathrooms. And this property is also expanding. That is what we learned during our stay. So this guest house has 2 floors, and we were allocated a room on the ground floor. Do note, however, there is no elevator. So if your room is on the upper floor, you'll need to climb the stairs each time you go in or out. Also, these kind of guest houses are like someone's personal home converted into a place where guests can stay. So don't expect a lot of lavish accessories or a lot of luxuries in the room. It's very basic. There's a mirror over there, but there's no dressing table. This is the stove where you can feed the wood. Especially, I think in December, when it's too cold, it might be required. But right now, we were quite okay with the electric heater. It kept us warm throughout the night. There's a small working desk over there with electric kettles and all. Then the view outside we could not see right now, obviously, because it was dark. The beds were pretty comfortable. The mattress was good. The blankets were good. It helped us keep warm throughout the night. And this is the washroom, a very compact one. No issues as such, apart from the fact that the hot water was pretty inconsistent, for which obviously at night we faced a little issue. Other than that, I think one of the main challenges was there was very much shortage of power point. So if you are having too many gadgets, do bring an extension board. Also, the Wi-Fi in the room was a little patchy, like not very powerful. So maybe that is one more point I would like to add. All right, back to the prison now. We are stepping out of the room to stretch our legs a bit and explore the area around before heading for breakfast. Because guess what? We have got a long road ahead today. Yep, we are making our way all the way to Bumthang, so it's going to be a early start from Phobjika. And just look at this place, isn't it gorgeous? I mean, I said it in my earlier vlog also, November in Bhutan honestly feels like spring. There are flowers blooming everywhere. Look at these pink beauties, absolutely stunners. Oh, and check this out. This wooden house here, that's where the next set of rooms are being built. Just look at that architecture. It's got that classic earthy Bhutanese feel. And this is exactly why we wanted to explore central Bhutan. It still holds onto that old world charm. There's a small farm right next to the property too, and they actually source some of the veggies fresh from here. I love that. It's cold, yes, but it's not bone chilling. It's just a light sweater kind of a weather, crisp and fresh. And you can see over there, there is a hotel up there, that's Devachen, which is one of the most popular stays in Phobjika. Bit on the pricier side compared to Yue Loki where we are staying, and it gets booked super fast. But honestly, if you ask me, this place, this farmhouse, it's giving me all that quaint, quiet, village kind of a vibe, and I'm totally here for it. Alright, time to walk towards the dining room. And let's go and see what's cooking for breakfast. And this entire walk from our room to the dining room might be a little long, but we really love it. It is so rustic. Let's see what's out here. Okay, so this seems like a small seating space outside. I think if it was not this cold, maybe they would have arranged some chairs out here because this looks very scenic. You can see that entire valley out there. And I think because it's so cold right now, no one wants to sit here, but it is really, really scenic. And that's the dining room. That's my mom waiting for me. Okay, so let's get in. Look at this door. The door itself is so pretty. And there we are. Oh, we are the first ones in. Awesome. We'll be sitting there only, same place? Okay. Oh, they have already laid out some of the items on the breakfast on the table, and I think we sat here last night, so they have arranged it for us here. So we are having a continental breakfast spread over here. Your typical tea, juice, toast, cereals, milk and all. And apart from that, we have something hot also, like your potato fry or omelette. These were the two options they had given us. We chose the potato fry because Phobjika is famous for its potato, and this dish was really good. The breakfast spread, though limited, was quite good. We are now walking back to our room, and we just stopped by to admire these flowers and these views once again. I am specifically, liking this part of the entire property where you can see this new building coming up. It's very pretty. And there you can see the stairs. These are leading to the first floor. So if you are going to stay there, you have to come up and down these stairs every time you are, coming or going. Also, I just wanted to share a few important points about staying at a farm stay or a guest house in Bhutan. In most cases, you won't find a private or an attached bathroom. Typically, like 2 or 3 rooms share one bathroom. Also, instead of a standard bed, you might find a thick bedding laid out on the floor for sleeping. However, this particular guest house is more like a hybrid one. It offers many of the facilities that you would find in a hotel. So if you are not keen on completely roughing it out, this could be a great option that gives you the best of both worlds. Our packing is done, and I'm just waiting to take my shower, but I could not resist showing you this view again. Just look at this. Now the sun has completely come up, and this entire place is getting washed in a warm golden glow of the morning sun. It is looking so beautiful, like so beautiful, really. And now I feel that we should have probably stayed a little more longer in this place, because in the morning it is looking so peaceful and so inviting. You could spend lazing around this property, just doing nothing and enjoying the pure and serene vibes. Finally, it is time to say goodbye to this place. As we leave, let's take a honest moment to appreciate how beautiful this place looks, how beautiful Phobjika Valley itself is. So if you really want to see how charming this entire place looks, go back to my earlier season wherein we had, covered Phobjika in much more details. And one would easily agree that this place, this Phobjika Valley, can be tagged as the Switzerland of Asia. It is that beautiful. So if you have time in your hands, do give this place a little more time and just be there, walk around the trails, enjoy the beauty of the valley, and you will love it.
Good morning. Yeah.
Off we go now to the most anticipated destination in our trip this time, the Bumthang Valley, which is also known as the spiritual and cultural heartland of Bhutan. So, I'm super excited for today. And today it is going to be a very long ride up till Bumthang. And this is exactly the reason why we wanted to stay in Trongsa, because that way we would have been much more nearer to Bumthang. But we did not get an accommodation in Trongsa, so we were staying in Phobjika, which I already mentioned. But I love Phobjika, I love to be in this place, so no complaints there. But let me give you a little insight about our plan for the day. So today we will be going to Bumthang, as I just mentioned, and this is where we are. This is our Yue Loki farm stay, and this is the Devachan Hotel and Spa, which I told you earlier. Now we are starting off from here, and we will be almost taking, if you see over here, 3 hours 48 minutes is what Google is telling. But we are going to make a lot of stops on the way because there are so many things to, see, and so many sightseeing spots on the way. So we are expecting that there will be a couple of stops. So this is definitely not going to be a 3 hour 48 minute journey. So the first thing is we will be crossing Phobjika valley, and from there we will be taking all this mountainous road, and the first stop that we will be taking is at the Lawa La Pass. Okay, so while coming also you will encounter this pass. There is a small stupa, then you can see some shops over there. You can buy certain things over there. Last time we did not purchase anything. This time we will check it out again. After Lawa La, I think then we will again hit one more pass, which is the Pele. So there is we will see whether we want to stop at this place or not. Otherwise we will just ride through it, and then we will continue with our journey. And you can see it's a pretty serpentine road. So again, a caution for people who feel motion sickness. There's a lot of turns and bends. Have your medicines handy, otherwise you may feel unease when you are going in this route. So then we will keep on going in this direction towards Bumthang, and no stop in between. But the next stop that we will be taking is, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it correctly or not, it is Chendebji Chorten. Okay, so this Chorten is a little different from the Chortens that you usually see in Bhutan, and I'll tell you that when we reach there. But we will probably have some stopover at this Chorten. I'll just minimize it a bit so that you know that we have crossed over Wangdiforang and entered Trongsa here. Right at this point we are crossing this particular district and entering Trongsa. So this is the junction point, and where we are, where we'll be getting down for the Chendebji Chorten. So this Chorten is inside Trongsa, and then once we continue, so this is all Trongsa. In Trongsa we have a plan to obviously stop by the Dzong, but before that there is a viewpoint also for the Dzong. So this is, if you see, this is where we are going to stop first, and Trongsa Dzong is just diametrically opposite to this viewpoint. So we will take a break here, and then if you see this complete U-turn in this space, this is very interesting, right? So you need to take a complete U from this viewpoint to Trongsa Dzong, and in between there will be a cafe. This cafe is like a Insta famous cafe where there is a waterfall inside a cafe premise, and this is where we are going to take one more break, and then the next stop will be at Trongsa Dzong. So we will spend some time exploring the Dzong, and after that I don't think we will have any major stop. We will directly head over to Bumthang. So here you can see we will cross the border near about this place, and we will just cross over to Bumthang, and then we are going to continue over till our hotel. Okay, and in between there can be one more stop. I don't know how it might happen that we might visit a Yatra weaving center and have a lunch somewhere. Maybe it is on the way, or maybe we will drop at the hotel and then we will come out again for lunch and the Yatra weaving. But there is one more plan, that we need to visit the Yatra weaving center, which is like a traditional weaving art of Bumthang. I had shown you that bed runner, if you remember. That bed runner was from Bumthang. So that is what is known as the Yatra weaving. I will be talking more about it when we reach there, but that is also on the plan. I'm not showing that on the map right now because I'm not sure exactly where that Yatra weaving center is. So maybe once we get there, I will talk more about it. So that's the plan for the day. Hope you enjoy the journey. So, stay with me as I take you on this wonderful journey to the heartland of Bhutan. Okay, so by now I think you totally get why I have been gently, or maybe not so gently, repeating that today is gonna be a long journey. But hear me out. This time we have planned things a little differently. Since the travel from point A to point B is quite the stretch, we have gone for a super chilled, no pressure itinerary. The idea is to take it slow. I mean, really slow. To stop and literally smell the flowers along the way. So basically, if we see a pretty view, we stop. If we spot a cute little cow, we stop. If someone wants tea for the fifth time, yep, you guessed it right, we stop. So here's zero rush to get anywhere fast. And it's all about enjoying the road, not racing to the destination. So in this particular series, don't expect those crammed, checklist style sightseeing vlogs with 10 monuments, 3 selfie stops, and 1 sunset squeezed into a day. Nope, we have been there, we have done that. This time, it's the slow travel vibe. Like a laid back road trip with your chillest host, which of course will be me. And honestly, I might not even fit today's journey into a single vlog because there's so much to take in. But we will figure that out as we go. For now, just relax, grab a snack, enjoy the ride with us. It's gonna be fun and long, but mostly gonna be fun. After that beautiful ride from Phobjika Valley, we have now reached Lawa La and we will get down and stretch our legs a bit.
Is there a history for this?
Just every pass will have a stupa. It was built like that. So, for example, Lawa La Pass has a stupa. Here they have just like to mark it as a pass, one of the pass in Bhutan. They just come up with the stupa along with the 8 type of stupa here.
We'll go first there and then we'll come here.
And then this stupa was actually built by the monk of the Gangte monastery.
Oh, okay.
So I have a friend there. So he was just saying to me that okay, we are constructing the 8 type of stupa here, and then donation we want to make it.
Oh, okay. Let them take the photo, then we'll go. Lawa La. Okay, so this is the Lawa La.
Lawa La Pass.
So the name of the pass is Lawa La.
Lawa is the name actually.
And La is the pass.
Lawa. So we need to make a round from outside.
Yeah, I think that is how you have to go around.
So Lawa La is this gorgeous little mountain pass tucked away in Bhutan's central highlands. It sits around 3,300 meters above the sea level, which means you are officially at the level where you can touch the clouds. And unlike the more famous Dochula, Lawa La is like its cool, underrated cousin who doesn't show off but still steals the show. And today we have a very clear visibility. Those mountains that you see in the backdrop are the Black Mountains. And there is a slight cloud cover today around it, but the views are still stunning.
It's very clear today. Last time here there was no shops. This time they have shops here also.
But she rarely listens to you.
Yeah, rarely. I mean, she never listens to me. That is the better way to put it. See? She will, whatever I say, she will do opposite only. And then she says, you don't listen to me. See, that is hereditary, right? I need to be like her only.
Now, usually if there are shops at a viewpoint, we do what any seasoned traveler would do. We admire from a distance and quietly run in the opposite direction. Because let's be real, they usually charge an arm and a leg. So last time we were here, we didn't even bother asking for the prices. Just a quick glance, a polite smile, and we kept walking like professionals. But this time we were strolling past the shops, something caught our eye. It was the Yatra weaving those beautiful patterns on blankets and bed sheets we had just seen in Thimphu. So we told ourselves, let's just look. No buying, just admiration from safe financial distance. But fate had other plans. Just as we were admiring from afar, this adorable little girl called out to us from behind one of the counters.
Oh, hello. What is your name? Okay, I cannot pronounce that.
And honestly, who can ignore a smiling little face? So we waved back and decided, all right, let's just take a tiny peek.
How much for this one? This one. Discount
এটা খুব সুন্দর দেখতে
সত্যি করে
মা কি সুন্দর দেখতে দেখো শালটা
কত ছোট কি সুন্দর
দেখো একবার তুমি গায়ে দিয়ে কি রকম লাগছে
We were hooked instantly. They had these gorgeous shawls and scarves, all made from yak wool, and let me tell you, this shop had the softest and the most luxurious ones. No exaggeration, the wool clung to you like it knew winter was here. Of course, being responsible shoppers, we checked a few other stalls too, but the quality here was actually next level, and you would feel the difference immediately.
How warm it will be in like weather like suppose Bumthang or
it will be warm.
It will be warm.
These are different from this one. Same baby yak, all are same.
The lady at the shop was super sweet too. Since we were her first customers of the day, she gave us good discount. She first quoted 1,200, but we got 4,000.
You will give some discount? 1,000, make it 1,000 please.
So here's the kicker. We had absolutely no plans to buy anything, as I said, but we walked out of here with a shawl and a muffler. Not bad, right? So moral of the story, sometimes saying hello to that little cute shopkeeper can lead you to a warm, fuzzy life choices.
तुम्ही चीज ना बेटा सॉफ्ट
She
चीज
made us buy
Buy.
some.
is for her that we bought.
That little girl attracts us. And then
And little did we know back then, the shawl would become an absolute lifesaver when we hit the cold winds of Bumthang later. But that's a story for another vlog. If you're lucky like us, you may spot a few yaks casually blocking the road like they own it. Which, to be fair, they do. You stop, they stare, you stare back. It's a whole moment.
কি সুন্দর দেখতে না
देखते
Just part of the Lawa La charm.
The sun is very good today.
The Black Mountains are also looking super stunning. Here's an interesting fact that our guide told us. If you spot any trees which are having these thread-like things hanging from its branches, it means that the air in this particular part is very pure.
এখান থেকে আমরা স্ট্রেট যাব
We will take the road straight ahead from here, which will be taking us to Bumthang, and the road on the left will take you back to Thimphu. So, right from here is the actual trip, which for us has begun now. Bumthang, here we come. And as the weather is changing, the air is becoming cooler. We are seriously starting to realize just how cool these mufflers and shawls are that we've just bought. Honestly, they are doing a better job than our actual jackets. And now we are just thinking why we didn't get more of these shawls.
Which one?
Another like
Oh, there's another the Trongsa Pass. Okay, we'll see.
Phobjika is technically at a higher altitude than Bumthang. But you know, the fun fact is that Bumthang feels colder than Phobjika, even though both are almost in the same elevation range. So, well, here's the thing. Bumthang is actually pretty further north, tucked deep into Bhutan. So it's closer to the Himalayan chill zone. Also, the November skies are very clear in Bumthang. Clear skies mean that there's nothing to trap the day's heat during the night, so once the sun goes down, it's very cold and very fast. Alright, so we are now reaching Pele La Pass, which sits at about 3,400 meters above the sea level. Just a little bit higher than Lawa La Pass, which we just crossed a short while ago. It's about 4.5 kilometer drive from Lawa La, so honestly it feels like we blinked and we are already here. Now, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of thing happening at Pele La, just a few shops here and there, kind of similar to what we saw in Lawa La. But because we were still completely smitten by those yak wool shawls we picked up at Lawa La, we thought why not take a look around here if we can find some more. So we told Funsho to give us a little more time to explore. But then sadly, even though there were yak wool shawls here too, the quality wasn't quite what we were hoping for. A little different from the soft, cozy ones which we fell in love
This
with.
one you have similar?
No, this is the same quality you're familiar with.
No, but we need this weave, not the
Mola, this one is not with one. The same one, the portal. No. The same portal, only the design is different.
A little different from the soft, cozy ones we fell in love with earlier. So in the end, there was no shopping spree at Pele La and we continued our journey. You know, I have been wondering about this for a while. Why do so few travelers, especially Indian travelers, make it all the way to Bumthang? When I was planning this trip, I hardly found any Indian vlogs or blogs talking about Bumthang in details. It's like this hidden treasure that most people just skip. So that's exactly why I'm so excited to bring you along in this vlog to give you a real glimpse of this beautiful, lesser known side of Bhutan. Now, in the handful of vlogs that I did find, there was one thing everyone agreed on. The roads leading to Bumthang are absolutely stunning. And now that I'm actually here driving through it, I'm starting to see exactly why they said so. The scenery here is just constantly changing. Like every 30 minutes, it feels like we are in a whole new world. We started in the gorgeous wide open valleys of Phobjika with those golden marshlands and cranes coming around. And now we are climbing up into a mountain pass where the views are super dramatic. The air feels sharper, colder, and the forests are thick. And the best part, this is just the beginning. Once we start descending towards Trongsa, the landscape is again going to shift. And trust me, it keeps getting better. So buckle up and keep watching because this road trip to Bumthang is already turning out to be one epic ride. So about an hour and a half of driving from Phobjika, we are officially entering the Trongsa district, leaving behind the Wangdi district behind. Now we saw a beautiful stupa and we stopped.
Do you have to pay anything?
No, not it. Maybe in the future. So
Okay, now it is not better? Sure.
Really sure.
Okay, then it is good.
Sange wasn't feeling too great this morning. He had a bit of a stomach bug from something he ate last night. So we gave him some medicine and thankfully he was feeling much better now, which is such a relief because you definitely want your driver to be in top shape when you are winding through mountain roads. Now coming back to this beautiful Chorten.
This is a very beautiful stupa.
Chendebji Chorten is one of those hidden gems along the way that you might miss if you're not paying attention.
Is there any washroom around?
yes, they have washroom. Just below.
Okay.
This place is a bit special. Built in the 18th century, it's a Buddhist stupa that's not only a spiritual site but also has a cool story behind it. Legend has it that the Chendebji Chorten was built to subdue a demon who lived in this area. The Chorten itself is beautiful, with its white walls and very distinctive Nepali style architecture.
This stupa is quite popular in Bhutan,
Okay.
known as Chendebji Chorten, and then it was built in the 18th century by Lama Tsering Wangchu. There was a master called Tsering Wangchu, so he initiated the work here, and then he constructed this stupa here. A stupa in the Nepali style of stupa,
Okay.
in order to repel, in order to control the demonic power here. That we have a demon, the story of the Nala Dem here, just to control her
Okay, the demon.
from harming the life of the people and all.
Yeah.
So he initiated the work to construct this one here.
Okay.
There. And then, the few little monks who are from the Chendebji village, and then the village which is nearby here, they are studying here.
Okay, they are studying here. Okay, okay. Oh, they are doing something.
So you can have a look. So enjoy the view.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll also notice this prayer flags fluttering around, adding some color to the peaceful vibes here. It's located near the Punakha Bumthang highway, so it's a great spot to stretch your legs, take some serenity, and maybe even a few snaps to show off. It's super quiet here with some great views of the surrounding mountains. Honestly, it's one of those places where you can just sit for a moment, breathe, and let the calmness wash over you. Definitely a nice stop on the journey. There's also a beautiful mountain river flowing here. Autumn does something magical to everything. Can you spot those little specks of pink and yellow peeking through that dense green forest? As for the river, I have no idea what it's called, but it's absolutely gorgeous like every other mountain river. And this looks like straight out of a postcard. This is actually the backside of the area and it's got this peaceful, almost hidden charm to it. I'm just soaking in the beauty as we are just walking through this place. This entire place is so beautiful. I just cannot stop admiring it.
Washroom.
You can take the stairs to the washroom below, and it's a very basic facility. But yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
What is the name of the river?
This river?
Hmm.
It's a Chendebji river only. So based on the name of the place, they call the name of the river.
What is the name you said?
Chendebji.
Chendebji. Okay.
Yes, Chendebji. Chendebji.
I think you can go there, or you can go from here also.
Yeah, Lord Shiva. Udambola.
This is actually the exit way from the premises. It opens straight out into the parking area. And you see this river. I'm guessing it probably joins up with the main Chendebji river that we earlier saw when we were inside the stupa. Honestly, if we didn't have such a long journey ahead of us to reach Bumthang, I would have loved to just sit here for a while longer. There's such a beautiful sense of calm in this place. No noise, no chaos, just pure untouched nature all around. And as we are heading deeper into Bhutan, it really feels like we are slowly leaving behind all the traces of the city life. Every mile we cover, the atmosphere gets more idyllic, more peaceful, almost like we are stepping into a different, quieter world. Alright, so we have pulled over at the Trongsa Dzong Viewpoint. Honestly, wow. From here, the landscape just opens up. The deep valley, dense forests, and those pretty winding roads that look like ribbons tossed across the hills. And if you listen closely, you can hear the winds and the bird calls, with nothing else around.
Yeah, it is very, very large.
It's one of those moments when Bhutan's quiet magic just hits you. This is our first proper glimpse of the Trongsa Dzong, and it's absolutely majestic the way I had imagined it to be. It looks like it's just hugging the mountain almost as if it grew right off the cliffs. Even from here, you can see how massive and sprawling it is. I'm not sure, if the camera can capture it, but trust me, it's huge. Interestingly, the Dzong is actually directly opposite to this viewpoint, so we'll have to do a full U-turn across the valley to get there.
Which river is this?
From the Trongsa viewpoint, we covered about 6 kilometers in just 10 minutes, and now we are taking a pit stop at the much talked about Willing Waterfall Cafe. This place has become a bit of an Instagram star, and you will see why in a second. There's a natural waterfall right inside the cafe garden that looks absolutely stunning as a backdrop. So of course we had to stop and check it out. The cafe itself is nestled along the Wangdi-Furang Trongsa highway, and it's so charming. But you know what? There's still so much more left to cover, and if I keep going, this vlog will turn into a full-length movie. So I'm going to wrap it up here today. In the next vlog, I'll take you inside the cute cafe, show you why it's got so much of hype. And then we will head for a long, beautiful tour of the majestic Trongsa Dzong and dive into its fascinating history. After that, we will finally reach Bumthang and have a delicious traditional meal, visit the Yatra Weaving Center and the bar. And because no adventure is complete without a little drama, you will also see how a small mishap happened on our way to hotel. And to top it all off, we'll witness the magical Mewang Fire Blessing Festival at midnight. Trust me, the journey is only getting more exciting from here. Stay tuned and I'll see you in the next vlog.